Hello everyone. So we finally have our new Abyss battle, and it is of course water-based, just like they mentioned the last month. And honestly, this kind of feels just like going back to clan battle, and clan battle was honestly really annoying this month. Fortunately, this isn't as, well, bad, I guess, as clan battle, because they do have some leeway. You don't really need to be super optimal like you need to in clan battle. So for this situation, we do have a few more options. But just very quickly, in case you are having some difficulties just completing the outpost quests, the usual anemone team can actually do very well against them. So if you don't have like a lot of the good characters for water, just use anemone together with her usual broken team and you should be fine. Of course, I'll show it on screen what that team actually is. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, use that if you can, of course, and you should be completely fine doing the outpost quests. But now, moving on to the boss fights. These can be quite a bit tricky if you don't have the right units to deal the most amount of damage. I'll of course show on screen the optimal teams you should be using if you can. Most people probably don't have all the characters for this, but in any case I'll just show you guys on screen. And in case you can use them, just use these ones instead and you'll be doing a buttload of damage. In my case, I didn't really have the right units for the second boss, so I couldn't actually test what was the most amount of damage they could deal. But with the other two bosses, I was actually able to test them, and I almost was able to kill the bosses. I'm guessing I wasn't able to kill them because of my elemental level. Of course, I'll show it on screen eventually, but both of them are get very close to killing them. As for the second boss, just like I mentioned, I don't have the right units, and unfortunately my Kaori isn't really leveled up, so I can't really test it. But I've seen a lot of people actually using this team and actually killing the boss. So you should be fine. Even if you don't kill the boss in one go, you should still be doing a really good amount of damage, and it should be completely fine. Keep in mind, guys, for this event, we don't really need to deal the most amount of damage. Of course, we want to deal as much damage as we can, but we don't really need to like go gigamax on the amount of damage we can deal, because the rewards, they are actually very easily obtained. Even if you can't kill the bosses at very hard, if you can at least get close to killing them, you should get enough damage to get all the good rewards. And by good rewards, I mean all the rewards that give you the elemental orbs and whatnot. Now, if you don't have a lot of these units, I did a bunch of testing and I tried figuring out good budget teams, and by budget I mean teams that don't really use too many limited units, because the other ones use a bunch of limited units. And I was able to come up with some I'll show you guys on screen right now. And for the first boss specifically or specially, you can actually use a bunch of permanent teams, or permanent characters I mean, and still do a good amount of damage. And my requirements for these teams, by the way, were being able to deal as much damage as possible while using the least amount of limited characters, and while also being able to deal at least half of the HP of the boss. So you can use these teams like 2 times or twice and be able to actually kill the boss like very quickly. So for the first boss, you only really need one limited character, which is Ayane. Either Ayane, Summer Suzuna, and Summer Ray are very good options for the limited slot. They deal a lot of damage, and you should be fine if you have one of them or if you can borrow one of them. But as for the second boss, unfortunately, you will need at least 3 limited characters. Of course, with any of these teams, you can replace any of the budget characters with the better limited versions of themselves. You can see those on the image with the optimal teams. But for the second boss, you do really need at least 3 limited characters. The other ones are free, actually. Hiyori, Summer Hiyori and Summer Kaori are very free characters. So hopefully it's kind of fine if you have the other one. And for the third boss, you will only need 2 limited characters. And I'm guessing most people do have Summer Amis. So most people should be able to do this one while maybe borrowing a Nenika, Summer Nenika from someone else from your friends list. Or I think you can borrow from Clan Battle, but I'm not sure. Or for clan members, I mean. Of course, just keep in mind to unset Yui after her first burst and keep Amis unset. Same thing for the team for the second boss. Do unset Nozomi. And for the first boss, the team there, you don't need to unset anyone. You can keep everybody set and it should be completely fine. And of course, remember guys, you only need to defeat each boss once to get the extra points, and after that just keep using your tickets on the boss where you dealt the most amount of damage. That way you can get the most points as possible. And that's basically it for this video. I hope you guys found this helpful. I know a bunch of people are struggling with this Abyss battle in particular because, yeah, we are missing a bunch of units. It was kind of the same thing for Clan Battle. And as usual, thank you so much to my memberships. You guys are amazing. And I'll leave you guys with the gameplay, and I'll see you guys on the next video, which should be tomorrow with some timelines, who knows. But anyway, goodbye.
AUG